Chris says, I got a table saw over here. It was an estate sale. He says, and I hate to scrap it. He says it's probably worth about 60 bucks in scrap because of how heavy it is. It's got a good sized deck on it, but it also has 6 foot or 6 feet of rail and top. So you can start sliding out whatever you want. And it's really nice. But anyway, he said, you know, if you want it, give me 60 bucks for it. You know, I said, well, let me see if I can make it work because I did want it. So I came over here and I measured and I looked and I was walking around the back. You know, I was all over the place trying to figure out how I could make this work. Now the thing is, I don't need it, but it'd be nice to have the ability of having that 6 feet. Now, to replace one of these with it would be kind of like stupid because I don't have 4 feet by 6 feet to work with in here, especially the 4 feet. If I brought this out here more, I'd have the 4 feet. However, I'm going to be really tightening me up here, so other things are not going to work. So then I was thinking the other room. If I were to take the repair bench that I have back there and put it over here where I had the vinyl cutter that right now is just sitting there with nothing to do, then I can put it there, take the arms and go across the toolbox. So it would be on either side of the toolbox. Then that would give me about 4 feet of shelving, so to speak. You know, I said, so that would probably work. And if I needed more, I can just move it out because it's on wheels. I was saying, well, then I got to move all that, which I got to do anyway. But, you know, what am I doing here, you know? So I called him back and I said, Chris, as much as I want it, I have no room for it. You know, and to buy it just to have it is crazy. And to buy it and then try to make it work here and get rid of one of these, it would be just as crazy as anything else. So at that point, you know, and I don't want to get rid of that one because I built the router into it. So that's a saw with a built-in router table that I, you know, well, you've seen it. I built the router into one of the ends. So I use it as a saw or a router table. So I don't want to get rid of that one. I can cut wide, but I can't cut length. This one I can cut length, but I can't cut width. So between the two of them, I'm all set. Now, if that one did everything, then it may be worth putting these in the back and selling one of them, you know, but I really ain't got time for that. So I said, nah. However, I was just thinking I should ask my kid if he wants one. If he wants it, I'll buy it and give it to him. I don't know if he has room for it. But anyway, he also has a small drill press, you know, bench type, like I have over there that I bought from Grizzly. Well, I didn't buy it. The wife got it for me for my birthday, I think. But it's a little bit better than that one. It has a little bit more of a throw on it. And if I remember right, it was veritable without changing the belt. I'm not positive. But meanwhile, I have a place to put that, and it would be good to have another one. Even though I got the stand-up, and I got that one over there, I can use one over there for just crap drilling. Something for $10, that's all he wants for it. It'd be worth putting over there if I want to drill something, and I don't care if I got to push into it or if the chuck goes cockeyed or whatever, you know. It would be worth it for that alone. I have room over there for it, so put it there. So that's that. Now he does have, but he doesn't know if he wants to get rid of it or not. He's got a bench top drill press with the workings of the floor drill press I have here. So it's an older piece, 56 I think it was. It stands probably, I don't know, maybe, I'm going to say 3 feet. Probably a little bit more than that. Let me see. I think it's more than that now that I think about it, because it was in a wheelbarrow and it was hanging out. There's 3 feet. Yeah, that's about it. So it stands about 42 inches. And it's for a bench. And it's another dream piece. You know, the old stuff, you can't beat it. And it has a brand new 1 horsepower motor on it, which is also nice. So I says, Chris, if you're going to get rid of that, I'll take that guaranteed, no questions asked. I'll find a spot for it, because I'd replace that one over there that you're not seeing, which is the shop fox that I got from Grizzly. And I'd put that one over there, and then I'd put that one over there, but he says, I don't know yet. I don't know yet. He says, I'm thinking about keeping it. Yeah, sure, you know. Now if I bugged him enough, gee, Chris, you know, I can really use that. You don't need it, you know, which he doesn't. He's like me sometimes, you know, or most of the time. You know, but so if I bugged him enough, he would probably sell it to me. But I don't want him to sell it to me because he knows I really want it. I want him to sell it to me because he doesn't need it, and he realizes that, you know. So I'll see what he says. I'll ask him, you know, another week or so. Chris, did you decide what you're going to do with that drill press? Because I do have a spot for it, and I'll kind of just leave it at that, because I don't want to bug him. Because he's a nice guy, and he'll give it up, even if he thinks he needs it, or he has a use for it, he'd still give it up, you know. I don't want to do that. So anyway, as I was over there, another thing I was showing you yesterday, out there, I'll show you it in a minute, but this clamp, I was looking for a good-sized clamp. And I'm over there, and he says, oh, by the way, he says, you need something like this? I go, you're kidding me, Chris. And he says, yes, I was looking for one yesterday, which I was, because I wanted to put a brace up on that out there. And I didn't have a clamp big enough. I was trying to think about how am I going to do it. I got the standoffs, you know, but I didn't have a big enough clamp. He goes, was it too big? Or, you know, I said, no. I said, it's perfect. If it's too small, I'll just put longer bolts on it. I said, but this is going to do the job, because this can go around the pipe with the standoffs coming into it, and then I could put a cross beam on it using this piece, you know, instead of having the pipe in there. So I said, great. And he said, well, wait a minute, and he gives me this one as well. Then he turns around and he gives me a hacksaw. Yeah, you know, that's why I say if I told him, Chris, I can really use that. Even if he needed it, he'd give it up, and I don't want to do that. No. Okay, this seems to be working smoothly. Now, that should be around maybe 260. So I got to see where it goes. Now, the motor may be bothering this, because naturally motors do have some sort of magnetic field when they're running. But that should be around 250. 250, yeah, okay. I'm going to let that run a little bit longer.